Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 2023 Mercury Retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really, really helps out this channel and helps me out tremendously because it pleases the YouTube algorithm god. So, thank you so much for doing so. Now, if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Four of Wands. Is it? Yeah, Leo has this too. So if you're born on the cusp with Leo, just know that really there's a sense here of like commitments are being tested. Commitments there can be yeah, it's just they're being tested. They could be betrayed, they could be like intense at times, but just be aware of this. Commitments at work, in relationships, in every aspect of life can be being tested during this time, Virgo. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have balance. And that's going to be such a great thing that we have balance through this Mercury retrograde because so often it throws everything out of balance. So what we're going to see here is that we're embracing our balance, our harmony, our insight, our ideas. And that's going to be really quite protective for us. Okay. Say, am I in balance or am I not in balance? Is this moving me forward? Is this not moving me forward? That type of thing. So let's see what the tarot has to say before we dive into what, like, kind of the astrology of this time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. You're not celebrating yourself. That needs to be acknowledged here. The Three of Cups is others are celebrating you, okay? You're not celebrating yourself. So just be aware of that during this time. There's only so much that others can build us up before we need to say, you know what, I've got this. I've got this. And we could be really listening to other people too much. Don't do it. Don't listen to everybody doesn't know everything, no matter how insightful they are. If you're born on the cusp with Libra, just be aware of this. Libra energy is going to be a little bit like chaotic for you during this time. So be aware of that, or if you have strong Libra in your chart. But you could also feel like things are out of balance, which makes perfect sense. I mean, Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury. When Mercury is in retrograde, you and Gemini, my gosh, you guys feel it the most. So be aware of this. This Mercury retrograde begins on the 21st of April and it lasts till the 14th of May. But we have the pre-shadow period, which begins on the 7th of April. So if you are sensitive, you're already feeling this. Okay. Lord knows I have. And then it lasts until the 31st of May. So be aware of that. Now, this is a time when Mercury moves slower than the Earth around the sun. So, Mercury going around the sun, it only takes 88 days. All right. So when it is in retrograde, it feels like everything is moving backwards. So that's what we feel like here. We feel like everything is moving backwards around communication, around travel, around, around news, around information, around technology. It feels like everything is moving backwards. Or like, how do I get it to move forward? What we also need to be aware of is that this retrograde is in Taurus and can target wherever Taurus shows up in your personal natal chart, okay? But also Taurus in and of itself, it's ruled by Venus. So it has this strong sensual nature. And so we can find that sensuality is affected by this Mercury retrograde. We can find that our creature comforts, our luxuries are affected by this Mercury retrograde. We can also find that our ability to manifest in the physical realm is affected by the Mercury retrograde. And it's like, oh my gosh, stop. We can also find that practicality is affected by Mercury retrograde and an even temperedness that is throughout this whole time because Taurus is pretty even tempered. Okay. We can find that that wants to be rattled up by the Mercury retrograde. We can be astoundingly stubborn during this time, really dig our heels into things that when we look back, we're like, huh, I could have let that go. Like that wasn't a big deal. So just be aware of this as well. We're not always going to feel that things are just during this time. We're not. There's also people have been talking about money being affected by this Mercury retrograde. Just be aware of that. I don't want to be fear mongering, and I feel like a lot of people are playing off of fear with this because of the state of the world right now, and wanting to just kind of be a bit sensational. So just know that there can be Mercury retrograde around money can very well be a thing during this time, particularly, but I don't see it as being catastrophic. I don't. Here we have justice reversed. So just know that things aren't necessarily going to be as fair as we want them to be. Be aware of that. And when I say I don't see it being catastrophic, be mindful of your money during this time. Seriously, save more than spend, most definitely. Okay. But yeah, but I'm not even going to touch on the fear aspect of things because that's not a place I go. And that's not what I'm here for. Justice is reversed. Be aware of that. Be aware that you're looking at things and you're like, well, that's not just, that's not fair. That's not. Some things aren't. And I hate to say that, but as you live, you realize it's like, okay, some things aren't fair. Good things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people. Some things just aren't fair. And that's a powerful lesson that we're going to learn during this time. And it's going to be in a Mercury retrograde. So it's going to be in not the best way that we see this and understand this. The High Priestess. Tapping into our own spirituality during this time can be a little bit difficult. We're not wanting to release the veil from our eyes. We're not wanting to open our third eye during this time. And that can be okay. We're not ready for it. There can be somebody around us who wants to force this and bring this forward. But just be aware that we don't need to step into anything that we're not ready for. All right. We can also have a bit of a challenge connecting with our own empathic nature, our own psychic nature, our own, emotional nature during this time. Be aware of it because we can feel like, wow, something's off. That's what's off. That's what's off. The Eight of Wands, everything's moving really, really quickly. Okay. So this Mercury retrograde can feel like it goes by really fast, or it can feel like it goes by really fast and then slow, really fast and then slow. So just be aware of that. I see that kind of yo-yo happening. With the Page of Swords, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There can be a child who is an air sign energy. This child will not stop asking questions during this time. Like, seriously, they'll want to know how and why and how come about absolutely everything. So be prepared for that. I just see that as like, okay, it gets a little bit overwhelming. Just let's stop. But when it comes to us, we're going to be the same exact way. We want to know how and how come and why and, dive deeper into things. This is a fantastic time to learn, even if it feels like things are getting muddled, even if it feels like, okay, I'm not retaining things as best as I would like to be. We're still taking it in. We're still learning quite a bit. So do be aware of that. We're asking questions. We're diving deeper. We might be asking the questions over and over again. So make sure you take notes because, again, what comes up in a Mercury retrograde, what we take away might not be the real heart of the story. Six of Wands, we're not celebrating ourselves. We need to. It's important for a human being to celebrate themselves. So just be aware of that. But we're not going to really celebrate ourselves the way that we should be. We're looking at things thinking, I can do better. I should be doing more. And we're putting more and more weight on our shoulders instead of rising ourselves up. We're really depending on other people who are truly close to us to celebrate us. Don't have your cup filled by somebody else. Seriously. Don't give somebody that power, because here we do have people who love us and who are around us and who are really working with us, but it can also just be a little bit trying on them, because they're also having to build themselves up during a Mercury retrograde. So be aware of that. Our subconscious message to be mindful of is the Two of Wands reversed. Doors are closing. So we want everything to open up and everything to be open to us. Yeah, okay. But it's not all going to be. Doors are going to be closed, and we're going to have to understand that. We also have had the what is it? We've had the new moon and the solar eclipse right on the 19th, 20th. And this Mercury retrograde is on the 21st, right at the very beginning of Taurus season. So that solar eclipse, the hybrid solar eclipse that we won't see again until 2023, that has closed doors. So just be aware of that. It opens new ones, but we're really focusing right now on what has been closed. It's like, oh man, I wanted that, but it's like it's not always going to be fair, you know? Our subconscious message from spirit is earth. We're earth energy. We need to ground with the earth. The Taurus energy is earth energy. We need to ground with the earth. It's going to be so important. We need to embrace our nature. That is also going to be very important for us, Virgo. Our subconscious message from the tarot is the Four of Cups reversed. We are not looking where we need to look. And spirit is going to make us. Spirit is going to make us trip and fall so many times that we say, what the heck is going on here? And then when divinity has our attention, we're going to start to see that different gifts, different ideas, different things are brought forward to us in a way that is really it's beautiful, but it can also be like trying. Okay, it can be like, oh my goodness, now I have to do things this way. Now I have to look at it like this. Like, what the heck? I was totally fine over here. So just know the spirit's going to be pushing us out of our comfort zone, and has been for quite a while. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.